Hi, it's Randy here. Welcome back. Hey, I've been talking about diets up now. I want to switch it up a little bit and talk about exercise. Maybe you're thinking about starting an exercise regimen, and that is good that you're thinking about it. If you've been dieting, exercise will help increase your metabolism, help you with your weight loss. One thing I want to emphasize, get a doctor's approval before starting any exercise regimen. You make sure your heart's good, your cardio, and make sure your joints are good and all that. They don't give you any recommendations to avoid or get some physical therapy before you begin. To me, I think there's two elements of exercise that are important for people of older people like ourselves. Cardio, number one. Do some cardio exercises. Get you maybe up to 45 minutes at a time. And on some days, you don't have to do that every day, but some days do a long cardio routine. And muscle tone. Work on some muscle resistance, maybe weightlifting, because we get to a certain age and our muscles start to fall off a cliff if we don't keep them active. I noticed when I was started working out, I was doing basically stationary bike and some rowing machine, which gave me some muscle tone. But as I started having good weight loss, my skin was sagging off me. Like you see on that TV show, The Biggest Loser, years ago. People would get on that scale that start losing weight, and the guys, their skin would just be hanging off of them. That was me. So I started doing some more weightlifting, and along with that, I'm sure over time my skin started shrinking a little bit. So it's kind of all filled out now that I've reached my weight goals and my fitness goals up to now. So, cardio and muscle tone. Don't wait for perfect conditions to work out. If all you can do is go out and maybe walk for 20 minutes a day to start, do it. I waited till my new gym was open that I wanted to go to, and I could have been doing things in that point, but I didn't. So uh, go start something now. Maybe do a few push-ups in your room, some setups, things like that. So maybe, yeah, so if you don't want to go to the trouble of the gym, maybe getting a few dumbbells or something so you can work out at home. Speaking of that, you might want to consider a home gym. There's all sorts of things out there. Some of them take up a lot of space. The Bowflex, a very good machine, but it takes up a lot of space. You can go to some sporting goods store will have some sitting out you can look at. Different types of machines, weights. We can do pull downs and curls and bench presses all on the machine. But there again, they take up a lot of space. So you kind of want to see how they're laid out to make sure you got a place for them if you want to do a home gym. Just do an outdoor workout. Walking and running, convenient. Climb is the weather. You're dependent on that. And also, do you have a safe place to do it? Hopefully you live in a safe enough neighborhood that's not a problem. Doing a sport. It's a fun way to get a workout in. While you're doing something you enjoy, getting a little competition in. Maybe, I know people my age that play soccer, tennis, basketball, things like that. So that's a great way to get a workout in. The only downside is maybe it's seasonal, and so you got to, and maybe you don't do it more than once a week. So you might want to supplement that with other training. A gym. There's a lot of good gyms out there. I live in a large metropolitan area. Uh, in Dallas Fort Worth, I can go just about drive any distance for a mile and hit a gym, any direction. Uh, some of you remember, even in some of the smaller, moderate-sized cities, they got good selection of gyms, or have in some national chains. Some smaller towns, maybe you don't got such a selection. Uh, but the gyms around me have some of them have some of them are chains. They got growing, have new locations. There's tiers of membership to fit your needs. Maybe you only want to go to that one gym, for instance, and maybe you don't want to take any classes or something. They may have a simple, affordable plan for you. If you like the other stuff, all the other amenities, it could go up in price depending on what tier you take. Some of the cons of going to a gym. Some of the popular gyms, some hours of the day are extremely crowded, especially in the evenings. I've noticed the gym I go to is packed. You hardly a place to park outside. And then some gym contracts are notoriously hard to cancel. You want to avoid a gym that's like that. Uh, Avoid gyms that smell of a finance agreement. Like it's almost like taking out a loan to cover cost of membership 2 to 3 years. Make sure you go to a gym that's pay as you can go. You can cancel anytime. And some major chains are closing locations. My first gym that I belonged to in my 30s, they're not even around anymore. Second gym I joined had locations all around me. They're still around, but they don't have any around me. The gym I'm a member of now is growing. They've got one in my city. They're about to have a second in my city. They're taking over a gym that's closed three locations around me, another major chain. It's only leaving one for them. And so, and then they got gyms open. They took over another location in a neighboring city. And then the original location in my area is just a few miles east of me. So, yeah, it's a growing gym. It's called EOS Fitness. They got, I think they're spread out getting pretty much across the southern U.S. I think they're expanding, probably be in the northern U.S. Soon. So that's something to consider. Some of them are growing, some of them are closing locations. Um, Now, choosing a gym, you might want to look at, if you're on Medicare, the silver sneakers. Some gyms you can get a membership for that. Medicare will cover the cost. Is it near your home or work? Could be a consideration. I personally like it to be near my home. I don't like to take things like my laptop and my car after work, any other valuables, or I don't like taking them into the gym and putting them in a locker. Thieves know that you're going to be in there a while. They will break into your cars. They'll steal stuff. That's pretty common. The other thing is, if you put it in your locker, thieves also know there's valuables in there. They'll go in there with a pair of bolt cutters. That's happened to me before, and they've taken my cash out of my wallet. Fortunately, that's the only thing they've done at a gym I previously was a member of. So I take it with me. Most gyms have a rule: no gym bags on the floor. Everybody ignores it. I keep anything of value with me, usually my wallet for ID, and then my phone. I keep that in the bag or keep it with me at all times. If you travel a lot, that could be in consideration. I mentioned my gym is opening all across the South. Planet Fitness also has gyms all across the U.S. in major and minor cities. So I checked. Sometimes my work might require me to travel to a supplier. All the suppliers I have, even in some minor cities in Texas, Oklahoma, and even Missouri, have a Planet Fitness in those cities. So that might be something I consider in the future as an alternate gym. So if I ever have to start traveling to my suppliers and spending some time there during the week, hours are open. That was another big consideration for me in the gym I picked. I like a gym that's open 24 hours because historically I'd go work out late in the evening and my workout would spill into at the time after most gyms close. And about a year ago, that wasn't working out for me with my job, working 10 hours a day. So I switched to a morning workout. I go up there about 4 in the morning and work out because I have to be on. If I'm working from home, I have to be online at 6. And a few days when I have to go into work, it's about 50 miles away. I have to be there at 6. So I just get my 4 o'clock, my wake up time. Days I'm working from home, I'll go into the gym an hour. Days I'm having to go in, I've got an exercise bike in my room. I might do 10 minutes on it just to get the blood going before I get ready for work. Other amenities a gym may have. Some of them may have a track, a walking track, exercise equipment, obviously, weight machines, free weights, bikes, elliptical, stair climbers, treadmills, spaces for stretching and doing other exercises, classes, a pool. Some of them have pools, a whirlpool, sauna. Some of them have childcare if you need that during the day. Massage chairs and those Cairo things where you maybe need to freeze, chill down a muscle or something after a workout. Some of them have that. Punching bags, and I'm big on that. I like to, after my upper body workout, I may like to hit the punching bag a little bit just to give my arms some movement and stretch out from having to lift weights. If you don't know how, the staff's usually there to help you, especially when you first join. They'll give you a courtesy walkthrough, maybe show you how to use some of the machines if you're not familiar with them. And you can also get a personal trainer at a gym. And also, very important to watch your technique if you're using weight machines or weights. If you're not sure, if you, like I say, ask somebody at the gym or look it up on YouTube, and they can give you the proper form, proper breathing techniques. Now, there's some specialty gyms out there too. Boxing and MMA gyms, martial arts gyms, rowing, cycling gyms, CrossFit. Now, CrossFit is pretty unique if you're not familiar with it. You may have seen the CrossFit gyms around. It's about a 30-minute intense workout that's different things every time you go in, every day. They actually got a website where you can print off their daily workout. You can do it yourself at home if you want to. You don't have to go to the gym, or you can do whatever gym you're a member of and just go in there and do the workout. Uh, Another type of workout, and there's gyms for this, is high intensity interval training, or capital HITT. I guess they pronounce that hit, which is, I think back when I was younger, they called that circuit training. You're mixing up, bouts of cardio with bouts of weightlifting, and getting a full workout in, mixing it up as you go. I think these Orange Theory fitness gyms you might see around is like that. I work on general conditioning, cardio, muscle tone, and also give some special focus to my weak spots. My knees, I don't run, I don't walk for exercise. I do walk for recreation. I recently did a test of all the stuff I do to strengthen the muscles around my knees and legs. I was hoping to go 2 miles. My stretch goal was 3.1 miles, which is 5K. I ended up doing 5 miles. So I blew my stretch goals in the water. But I don't do that every day. I use it for recreation, going hiking with my wife maybe, or chasing the grandkids around the amusement park, things like that. I do know that I got a lot of endurance now. Used to, I couldn't walk 10 feet. My knees were so bad. Other things I can do, my quality of life has improved so much since I gotten in shape. Simple things like I just mentioned, walking a long distance, getting up off the floor. There was a time where I'd have to use a cane or grab a chair or something to push myself up. I can get up easily now. Zip lining is a sport we like. I can easily climb up those towers, usually stairs, to get to the platforms. So quality of life has just improved so much when you're in physical conditioning at our age. My next fitness goal, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this, maybe a later video. I want to work on speed, agility, and flexibility, as far as maybe getting some MMA training, with a heavy bag, maybe going to a self-defense class where they teach you those moves. How do you handle somebody who's got a gun pointed right at you, things like that. There's some good resources out there. A couple I really like, I hope you'll check out. Dr. Peter Attia. You can find his stuff on YouTube. He's been on 60 Minutes. He really believes that aging adults need good diet, good exercise, and he's really onto this theory. If you don't do that, keep your muscles up, you're going to fall off a cliff someday. You're going to find it difficult to walk and do simple tasks. Believe it or not, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's in his upper 70s now. His advice isn't all building bulk muscles like you might have thought he'd be. He's got something called Arnold Pump Club. You can check that out online. You can sign up for his daily newsletter. He has some good advice out there. In fact, that where I was telling you about start doing something now, the 20-minute walk, that was actually his suggestion on his daily newsletter. So anyway, get moving, enjoy your workout, enjoy this new phase of life you may be going into, and I'll see you again.